Okay. Okay. Can you see the screen? Ava, can you give me thumbs up? Yeah? Yes, we can.
Yes, I can.
Okay, good. Okay. So I'm just going to dive right in, and I had the benefit of listening to Darren Olean, Shay Sanford, and Alyssa Shoemaker while I was at Summit, and I heard their presentation on Shakeology. So I'm going to try not to be too repetitive. I know Marian talks a lot about Shakeology and Coaching 101 and on the Team Pivot page and other places. So I don't want to be too repetitive with what you guys maybe already know about Shakeology, but I just wanted to share some of the tips that I got from the presentation and really, want you guys to think about how much do you really know about Shakeology, and just kind of dive into the benefits for not only your health, but your business, and then how to relay that value of Shakeology to your challengers. So I apologize if I don't think I've done a PowerPoint presentation since college. Since my previous job we didn't do these kinds of presentations. So I apologize if this is like super boring. I'm going to try to keep it a little bit interesting, but I'm just going to take you through, and hopefully, let's see here. Okay. So just to start, Shakeology is pretty much vital to every single thing in our business. It's tied to everything. It's tied to our own health on a daily basis. It's tied to our challengers' health. And in terms of our business, Success Club depends on it. In order to be a successful coach in this business, you need to be on home direct with Shakeology. And I think now we can also either use the Shakeology Boost on home direct or the Performance line, which is a pretty cool new addition. But before that, it was pretty much you needed to be on Shakeology in order to hit Success Club every month. And then in order to hit Success Club, we need to have challenge packs. So challengers need to be drinking it as well. And I just want to talk a little bit more about, showing the value to other people, potential challengers and current challengers. But how much do we really know about it? And, just think to yourself, do you know nothing at all? I mean, you might be a brand new coach. You might really not know anything about it. I didn't know much about it when I started. Do you know a little bit about it? Do you know enough to sell a challenge pack? Or are you extremely knowledgeable about it? And I'd be willing to bet that most people on this call here probably know enough to sell a challenge pack, which isn't terrible. I mean, that's pretty good. You're hitting Success Club, you're selling challenge packs. That's great. But is enough? And I don't really think so. I think we need to know a little bit more to keep that going past just the initial challenge pack. And that starts with belief in the product and educating yourself on the product. And I have to admit, I didn't always believe in the product, and I was not always educated about it from the start. When I first became a coach and I heard about Shakeology, I kind of thought, oh, I'm not a protein shake kind of a person. I really want to do these workouts and I want to eat healthy, but I don't know what's in those weird supplements. I don't want to put that in my body. I don't know what it is. And I didn't take the time to educate myself on it enough. And I didn't really realize the why for either my health or the why for my business really either. And what I did hear about it kind of went in one ear and out the other. Sorry, Marian. And I became pregnant shortly after becoming a coach, and then I got really skeptical because I didn't know enough about it and I didn't want to put it in my body. for myself or my child. And so in the past, when I first started out as a coach, I could kind of presented Shakeology to potential challengers as more of a afterthought. And it was kind of like, here's this great workout. I think you would be a perfect fit for you. And, oh, by the way, if you're interested in Shakeology, we also have these shakes. So I really wasn't presenting it as a complete package option for my challengers. And when I started to realize how crucial it was, if you guys all put yourself on I'm not exactly sure how to put everyone on mute. Thanks. So when I started to realize how crucial it was for my business, that really started to drive me to do more research to learn if this was something that I should be drinking, especially while I was pregnant. So, I talked to my doctor, and I talked to my mother-in-law, who was a midwife, and we actually went through each package, the vegan and the regular Shakeology, ingredient by ingredient, and dissected everything about it to see if this was something that I should be consuming. And actually my personal midwife even said that it would be a good idea for me to drink it because of the pea protein in the vegan one. So once I became more educated about it and started to drink it more often, I really began to start seeing the benefits of it, and I began to believe in it more. And then naturally, my presentation of Shakeology began to improve, because then I actually wanted to share it with others. And it became more of a non-negotiable. I started to only present the challenge pack option, which also comes with the DVDs, the nutrition plan, the support group, now on demand. And I don't really discuss essentials packs or any other options unless it's brought up by a potential challenger with a serious reason, or allergy for not being able to drink it. And I've been approached recently by a lot of pregnant and breastfeeding mamas about drinking Shakeology, and now I can actually speak from experience of how it's improved my energy levels and given me the proper nutrients every day for myself and my child. And I think if I hadn't started to become more educated myself and actually start drinking it more on a daily basis and seeing those benefits, it would still be very difficult for me to tell others why they should be drinking it. And that all ties back to our 3 vital behaviors. The 3 vital behaviors are not just about, the workouts. It also has to do a lot with the Shakeology. So I want you guys to just think about what your Shakeology story is moving forward and why you have decided to drink it, why you continue to drink it, and that might, just think about that throughout the rest of this presentation, because it will become important later on with sharing it with your challengers. So just going to kind of gloss over what are the benefits for those of you that may not know. There's a ton of benefits when it comes to Shakeology, including weight loss, reducing junk food cravings. It's not just a quick fix or a quick fad. It's meant to be a daily nutritional shake. It's very well-rounded. It's a meal replacement. It's not just a run-of-the-mill protein shake. There's over 70 natural ingredients. It helps with your digestion, repairs muscles, increases energy levels, and so much more. It helps with snacking, the stronger hair, skin, and nails, and it's cheaper than a lot of other meals you could buy out, if you were eating out at Chipotle or Panera or something like that. And it tastes good. So, and there's still more to learn about it every day. And that's kind of the point I want to make, is that there's a lot we can talk about, but there's still more to learn and there's still more to talk about. And, aside from these bullet points, it's about pulling stories and how these things have changed people's lives, including your own. So one tip that they mentioned in Summit, which I really liked, was to make educating yourself about Shakeology part of your personal development. You know, we do personal development every day on how to better our social media skills, or how to be consistent as a businesswoman, or how to be a better leader for our teams. But how often do we really do PD on Shakeology? I mean, I'm guilty of it myself. I don't do it that often. And I think I should do more, because the more you do, the more you learn, and the more you're able to share with people why they should continue drinking it. So utilize the Shakeology website. There's tons of information there. There's tons of blogs that people have written about it. I know Megan Ewaldson is one of the top coaches, and she has done blog posts about why she drank Shakeology while she was pregnant. I'm actually thinking of doing one myself to share my story. You know, watch videos, read, and just kind of develop a passion for it. Research what you're actually putting in your body. I mean, there's over 70 ingredients in there. There's a lot to learn about what it can really do for you. So, okay, another question. You know, we said before that a majority of us probably know enough about Shakeology to sell a challenge pack. Looking at your list, how many challengers do you have that are not drinking Shakeology right now? And then how many challengers do you have that originally bought a challenge pack but have now canceled their home direct? And it's really important to think, you know, why do you think that is? Why do you think they have canceled it? And I just have a little quote here, but it's expensive. So, you know, people see that price and they don't really realize the value of it. And I think if you don't talk about that value, then people are just going to see the price tag, and they're not going to want to continue drinking it, because they're not understanding what it's really doing for them. So how to share the value? One is just to ask questions from the start. I know most of us do kind of a fitness analysis at the beginning before we have challengers starting in our groups. You know, we ask them questions like, what are your goals? What are your likes and dislikes for health and fitness? You know, what are your habits like in the kitchen? I think we need to do a little bit more of, you know, asking them questions that are geared more towards the nutrition. So, do you have energy on a daily basis? How often are you drinking coffee? Describe your typical day. Kind of really dig into those questions from the start to get them thinking about the nutrition aspect. Sharing your Shakeology story more often. You know, posting a picture of you with your Shakeology cup and a quick recipe here and there is okay every now and then, but try to share more of your why, you know, why you drink Shakeology, why you started, why you continue. And I mentioned before, like, how I wasn't really drinking it in the beginning. And then once I educated myself and started drinking it, I began to feel differences. And so I plan on sharing a story, you know, my story on the blog about why I drink it while pregnant. And, you know, if blogging's not your thing, you know, there are other formats that you can share your story. You can do it on Facebook. You can make a YouTube video, you know, whatever works for you. Number 3, share other people's stories. There's tons of people's stories out there on the internet. I'm sure there's people on our team, Pivot Alone, that have great Shakeology stories that they could share with you. You know, there's blogs and videos out there, and there are tons of people who have had success with Shakeology. So use those stories and share them with your challengers and in your groups. And which leads to number 4, which is talking about it more within the challenge groups. And again, you know, I always share a recipe list in the beginning of every challenge that I run for Shakeology, and I encourage people to talk about it. but I think we could do even a little bit more. And one of the tips Shay had was to do like a Shakeology Saturday, or, once a week, pick a, spotlight an ingredient. What is moringa? What does it actually do? What are you putting in your body, and how does it make you feel? And, kind of just get people more educated themselves about what they're putting in their body, and so that they want to continue to drink it. Most people will trust you enough to go with the challenge pack, and they'll try it for a month, but what you really want to get them doing is to drink it daily, for a lot of reasons. But if they don't see the value for doing that, they're just going to cancel it. So it's important to bring it up in your groups and spotlight the reasons why they should be drinking it. One of the coaches on our team, I think Courtney, hosted a Shakeology group. It was one of her free groups. I thought it was an awesome idea. And she just invited people to do a get a Shakeology sampler. So they joined the group, and then she presented a lot of different recipes and different ways to make it with each flavor, and talked about different reasons why you should drink it. So that's one really good idea. You can also talk about, what meal you replace with Shakeology, and, rate your day. Did you drink it? I'm seeing now that now I understand why Marian can never see the chat. Okay, let me just read what you guys are writing. Cool. Awesome. So yeah, the Shakeology group idea, I want to try that myself. It was pretty cool. So, all right, now I need to get back to where I was. Okay. And lastly, number 5 is just to follow up with them. I know we tend to follow up with our challengers usually about how the programs are going, and we just want to make sure that we're following up with them about Shakeology, and not only are they liking it, but ask them questions if they're feeling healthier, if do they have more energy, and you don't really have to ask if they're regular. That might be TMI, but just some ideas of things that you can follow up with them about, and ultimately connect them back to their Shakeology why. So similar to their fitness why did they want to start drinking Shakeology from the beginning? Did they struggle with their energy levels? Were they living off caffeine all day long? Were they spending too much money on eating out and junk food? Were they eating too many sweets, and so they wanted to kick their sweet tooth craving? Do they have bad cholesterol levels, and now their cholesterol is doing much better because of Shakeology? Connecting them back to their original why is so important, because then they can see the value of continuing to drink it every single day. And then lastly, I know we're all about Simon Sinek these days, and I'm about to start reading his book. So I really loved this quote: "People don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it, and what you do simply proves what you believe." At the end of the day, people are looking to you, they trust you, and by you using and believing in something that you're truly educated about, people are going to want to do what you're doing because of the way it's going to make them feel and the why behind them doing it. So that's pretty much my presentation. I don't know how we are on time. I'm a few minutes ahead. Let me unmute you guys. If you have any questions or comments, things to add to the conversation, by all means, please add to the conversation. Let's see if there's more comments. Or if there's anything that I didn't touch on about Shakeology that you guys were interested in talking about, feel free to bring it up. Cool. So yay, Courtney. Everyone's down with the Shakeology group idea. Okay, I guess that's it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining on my first call. I was really nervous. So hopefully I didn't talk too fast or bore you to tears. But thank you all for joining, and I'll see you on the team page. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye,
Gina.
Thank you.
Bye.